right, everybody, let's get it. Good morning. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Boudreaux's Mix. Bloody Mary Mix, Margarita Mix, BoudreauxMix.com. Check out my peeps, BoudreauxMix.com. Order your Boudreaux's Mix there. What's up, Cole Piers? Good to see you, dude. Hope everybody's having a good morning already. Uh-oh, here comes trouble. Trouble. Trouble, trouble, trouble. Yep. That's you. You're the trouble. James Dean. Bobby Cottle, good morning. Leroy, Sam, Tom, Danny, good morning, everybody. Colby Hester, good morning. Good to see everybody here today. Hope y'all having an awesome morning so far. Let's talk about them Tigers. The Tigers. Let me hit that share button before I forget. Got a tweet early this morning from somebody. Hey man, could you post Morning Scone on YouTube so people that don't have Facebook can watch it? Bye. You watching Daisy Bo Peep? Bye. I said, yeah, man, I've been doing that. You know, just had a little technical issue over the past week or so. It's not a real easy thing to do. It's not just like click and drag to move something from Facebook to YouTube. You have to like download the video and then upload it to YouTube. So it's like it'll take like for a video it'll take like 30 minutes to download it via this like third-party website and then upload it to YouTube. It's like an hour-long process to do it anyway. And I said, yeah, I can do that, man. I had been doing it just last week. I had a technical issue with my equipment here, which is why I didn't do it last week. I said, or you can join the roughly 1 billion people on planet Earth that have Facebook and just get a Facebook account. Is that funny? Bye. Oh, bye. You're watching Daisy Bo Peep. Bye. Wow. Okay. Good to see you, Drew. Everybody's loving seeing you this morning. All right, y'all. Let's get it. No to the singing. Shut up, Steven. I'll sing if I want to sing. Kyle, good morning. Mo Hubble, good morning. Adrian, good morning from Houston. You doing Josh's show this morning? I am. I'll be on KBME, Sports Talk 790 with Josh Innes at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Tuesdays, 9 a.m. I will be on. Derek Thomas, good morning. John DeSalvo, good morning from Homa. Good to see you there. Michael Moscona, what's up, cuz? Catherine Marie, good morning. Bobby said, what happened to Drake Davis? So this is interesting to me. So Drake Davis, of course, everyone saw that he got arrested again over the weekend, charged with domestic assault again, domestic violence. NOLA.com reported that Drake had been dismissed from the football team. And actually their report was that he had not been with the team since August, that he had been dismissed back then. There's never been a report from LSU about it. And Ed was asked yesterday, and I think it was Brody Miller from NOLA.com who asked the question and asked it like this. He said, something like, can you comment on Drake's dismissal from the team? Now, keep in mind, the report was citing an anonymous source, so no one from LSU was confirmed on the record that Drake has been dismissed from the team. And then nobody asked to follow up, because Ed just said, Drake's a legal matter, I'm not going to discuss it. But nobody asked to follow up, Ed, can you confirm the report that Drake is no longer with the team? Which surprised me. I guess I could have done it, but I know that I'm painted a certain way. It's like they beat Auburn and you're going to go ask about Drake Davis. I know that's how. So I was just like, I'll bite my tongue. It'll come out eventually. It's weird. It's weird how you pick your spots with stuff like that. Yeah, but my guess is Drake's done. He's actually suspended. Nola reported that he's suspended from the university. There's a university code so he's suspended from campus. Akeem said, "How's Austin Deculus not the starter from jump at right tackle?" I'm telling you, man. They went into fall. Last year, I asked about Austin Deculus because I wrote a thing for Gridiron Now, when they were asking who could be the breakout freshman, yada, yada. And they were so high on Austin Deculus. I wrote about Deculus a year ago. Like, he could be a guy who wins a starting job and starts for 4 years. And ultimately, it ended up being Sadiq Charles and Ed Ingram, who were the freshman offensive linemen that ended up starting and playing a ton. And it wasn't Deculus. And the thing about Deculus was they kind of moved him around. Like, they thought he might be a tackle. It didn't work out well. They kicked him inside. He wasn't great there. So they just got left tackle, So then they ultimately settle on, okay, he's a right tackle. That's what they decided. He was a right tackle. We had Toby there last year. You had Toby Weathersby. So Deculus kind of waited his turn. And coming into fall camp this year, they felt like Austin Deculus was going to be their right tackle. Like he was going to win the job. Coming out of spring. But he didn't. He had, I think, a shoulder thing, so he didn't participate in spring. So coming into camp, into fall camp, they thought Deculus was going to win the right tackle job. And I know I mentioned this before, and I need to go get some specifics on it, but I think he had some type of like hand injury. It wasn't anything serious. I had him surgery or anything like that, but I think it just maybe caused him to maybe lose some aggressiveness, kind of protecting it. And hang on. Hey! Hi! I'll get that bag off of you. Come see it. Abilities. Mimi's going to take you to abilities today. Yep. Anyway, so I think it maybe just caused him to lose some aggressiveness, and he just didn't, he didn't play as great as they had hoped. And so it kind of came down to McGee, who was a veteran, and Traore, who was the JUCO transfer. And I think we kind of see why McGee won that job over Traore. When McGee got hurt, it kind of forced their hand. And then Sadiq was out, and so Deculus played left tackle and played okay. I mean, he certainly wasn't the weak link against Southeastern. So I think you see, like, to your point, I mean, I don't think he was awesome against Auburn, but that's a great defensive front. But he kind of held his own. And something Cole Kubelik mentioned on AFR yesterday, if you heard that. And Cole is SEC Network, works with WJOX in Birmingham. He's co-host on a show called Three Man Front. And he played center at Auburn. He's really bright. Does a lot of film study stuff. He said, look, the thing about Auburn, too, is Auburn doesn't have that freakishly – they got a great defensive front, but they don't have that freakishly fast edge rusher that if they get a lineman in his kick, Robert. You want Robert. I'll show you Robert. He said, because they don't have that freakishly fast edge rusher, it's like, he was able to compensate. Because a lot of times you get back on your heels, you're kicking back, and then they get you on your heels and they cut inside and you're finished. He said so that was actually kind of a benefit for Deculus in that game. He was not having to face a guy like that. But it's a good question, man. But I wouldn't be surprised. And another telltale was yesterday. Ed was asked about Adrian McGee. He said, Robert. Ed was asked about Adrian McGee yesterday, and remember when McGee got hurt against Miami, Ed said he'd be out 2 to 3 weeks. Well, this week it'll be 3 weeks. 5, 6, 7, 8. Are we going to be patient? Anyway, and so Ed was asked about McGee, and he said, yeah, he's not ready. He's not ready just yet. And they said, when he comes back, will he have the job? He said, no, he's going to have to earn his spot. So that kind of tells you, they kind of hoped all along, or thought all along, Deculus would be that guy at right tackle. And you hope he is, man, because if he is, man, you got a 3-year starter at right tackle. You got Sadiq over at left. All right, there's Robert. There he is. Here we go again with Robert. Oh, Robert. 5, 6. Okay, there's Robert. My boy's watching Robert. Wheel of Fortune. Same damn episode of Wheel of Fortune. Same 2-year-old episode of Wheel of Fortune. Every day. Same old 2-year-old episode of Wheel of Fortune every day. All right. Anyway. All right, here we go. Let's see. Derek Thomas, get them to get your software to do it. It's not like you just have to get a software to download a video. There's this website where it's just, I don't even know what the website is. I just type in my Google search or I have it, bookmarked, download videos. And anyway, it's like an hour-long process. And so, I finished this here and normally just go straight to work. So it's like if I don't do it here, I don't have an hour just to sit here. I'd have to do it at work, and some days if I have stuff, it's tough. Anyway. My nephew loved Daisy Bo Peep. It's a good episode. Donald. Anyway. Petey Kern. Good morning. Brandon Rishu. Scott Wilson. Good morning, everybody. Stephen Martinez. Trey Dykes. What's up? Darren Pellegrin. Good morning. Frank. Charlie. Let's see. Derek says. Let's see. Craig Mills. Stephen Johnson. What's up, everybody? Terrell Coleman, Josh Long. Let Stevie sing if he wants. That's right, dog. But ditch the glasses, man. Cody Anderson. Matt fully expect LSU to be 5-0 going into the Florida game. I agree. How do you feel about them going to Florida, coming out with a win, giving them 6-0 mark? I want to see more of Florida, but right now, like, I don't know how you don't favor LSU in that game. I get that it's a road SEC game, tough place to play. I mean, last year LSU went in and needed a missed PAT to win 17-16, and that was a Florida team that really struggled. I mean, McElwain got fired last year. I think this Florida team is better than last year. I think this LSU team is probably going to end up being better than last year's was. And as I said, like, even if the record is different, the thing about LSU last year, as we've talked about, they won 9 games, but they won 2 games against teams that finished with a winning record. So the record was good. I don't necessarily think that was a great team. Anyway, but yeah, I think LSU's favored at Florida. I don't know how they're not favored at Florida. I don't know if y'all saw this, but elevator. Wow. But Florida's starting running back Malik Davis broke his foot. He's going to be out for an extended period of time, so he probably doesn't play against LSU. So Felipe Frank's struggling. You're without your best running back. And, man, the most surprising thing, like the most surprising thing about Florida, wasn't that they lost to Kentucky. You're not going to understand new coach, new system. You just don't click on a certain day. The thing that surprised me most about their loss to Kentucky is their defensive line got manhandled. Like, Kentucky ran it for like 200 yards against Florida, and there was nothing cheap about it. And Florida's got a good defensive line. They got pros on the defensive line. And C.C. Jefferson was back for that game. Or no, he wasn't. Maybe C.C. Jefferson was just back this week. So they were without C.C. Jefferson. So that does change things. But either way, man, I was like, with or without C.C. Jefferson, Florida shouldn't be getting manhandled by Kentucky. And that makes you think maybe LSU's going to go control the line of scrimmage there. Kyle, did you catch the Urban Meyer interview? He needs to shut up. Looks like a bigger liar every time he speaks. I didn't watch all of it. I saw excerpts of it. I guess I'll go watch it today. I'm very much over that story, as I'm sure Ohio State hopes it would be. But you're right about Urban Meyer. He needs to just shut up and go about his business. Like, I don't know who's advising him from a PR angle. It would be best not to say anything at this point. Jerry said, good morning, Matt. Heard you on the Paul Feinbaum show. Seen Paul Feinbaum was taking up for LSU last night. I did not see Paul, whatever he did last night, but I went on the show yesterday. I know fans. Oh, don't touch that. No, there's the screen. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. It's okay. No, that's Daddy's microphone. Don't touch the screen. Hey, it's okay. Go watch Robert. Go watch Robert. I'm always afraid he's just going to turn it off. Anyway. But Paul, speaking of, Feinbaum's always been really nice to me, man. Like, I know that he has a reputation. People think he's like Alabama homer guy. The funny thing is he went to Tennessee, and in years when Alabama sucked, he wasn't an Alabama homer. But it's just Alabama's been really good for the last decade. They've been awesome for the last decade. It's hard to say bad things. But he's always been super nice to me, man. Very complimentary and, unassuming, nice guy. Keith Rosenbach, Justin Babin, good morning. Sam Dixon, worst spot to be in this weekend. I'm going with Arkansas. I haven't played Auburn for money. For Trebek. Arkansas's poo, y'all. I tried telling y'all at the beginning of the year. They've lost now to Colorado State and North Texas. They've lost 2 of their group of 5 non-conference games. That would be like LSU losing to Louisiana Tech and Rice this year. They're just terrible. They don't have athletes, and not only do they not have good athletes, but they don't have the athletes they do have aren't built for the type of offense that Chad Morris wants to run. And oh, by the way, John Chavis as the defensive coordinator is a disaster. Now, I did 100 interviews in Arkansas after they hired Chavis, like 100. And I told every one of them, like, this is a terrible move. Chavis was great at LSU when he had elite talent that can run his scheme. But if he's trying to maximize 2- and 3-star guys. That ain't him. And he doesn't recruit. Like, that's going to be a disaster hiring John Chavis. I get what Chad Morris is doing, bringing a guy, veteran SEC experience, all that stuff. That's a terrible move. And it's showing to be. All right. Kevin Milano, good morning. Let's see, trivia. Matt, did you watch the Coach O hot seat last night? A bunch of trivia. A bunch of people sent that to me, man. The Coach O hot seat video. It was funny, yeah. Jordan Grace, when will you get Robert on AFR? Yeah, Jordan, I don't think AFR would make sense, but Morning Scone would make sense. Like, I could probably go split screen with him on here. I can reach out to him. He's on Facebook, so I can reach out to him and see if he's in any way interested. Hey, Gordy Rush. What's up, G Rush? Good to see you, Doc. Let's see. He's going to want Ralphie. It's funny that y'all know the shows now that Drew wants. Time to run it up, Robert. Dude, it's so funny. Like, now that I've watched that episode of Wheel of Fortune 10,000 times, it's so funny, like, to go watch Pat Sajak's reaction to Robert every time he keeps winning. And, like, every time one of the other contestants, like, lose a turn or something, he's like, Robert, okay. Read it up there, Robert. He's, like, so annoyed with Robert for winning everything. Oh, man. John, good morning, Matt. Make today a good one. Always, bud. Appreciate you. Joe and Bryant Hanno, looking forward to Kicks and Tires and Lights and Fires. Oh, man. There's a lot of people looking forward to Russ on Wednesday. The funny thing, too, is, man, I had so many people this weekend say they couldn't wait to hear Dwayne. Literally 3 o'clock, my show open is rolling, phone rings. It was Dwayne. I told Brian, I said, Friday. I said, tell him I am not talking to him today. Friday. He has his spot on Friday, but Friday is his time. Are you singing? What are you singing? Yep. That's a new word. He's saying, yep. Yep. Hey, we gotta comb that hair. That's gnarly, dude. Huh? What are you doing? You want to come say hi to everybody? Nope. He's going to watch Robert. My dude's going to watch Robert. He good. He gone. Matt, you stated you don't see LSU as a 10-win team. What games outside of Georgia, Bama, to see them losing? You know what, man? Here's the thing. It's a good question, Blake. Like, coming into this season, LSU was an underdog. Like, Vegas had LSU as an underdog in 6 games. Just like people at Auburn didn't think they were going to lose to LSU, there's the possibility that LSU could lose any number of those games still in their schedule. Like, I'm not saying they will or predicting it, but, like, go back to 2016, that LSU team that had Geis and Fournette and Shark and Gage and, like, I mean, you just run down the and Doral and that whole, and Adams and Beckwith and Riley and Arden Key, like, that awesome 2016 team lost at home to Florida. Like a bad Florida team. Well, I shouldn't say bad Florida team, but that not a Florida team that took advantage of a bad SEC East and went to Atlanta and got skull drugged by Alabama. Anyway, that was a game LSU had no business losing at home, but they lost. Like, just like Auburn really had no business losing to LSU on Saturday, but they did. Like, upsets happen, and it's like, Ole Miss can score a ton. Playing at Florida is never easy. You've got Georgia, Mississippi State, Bama. You could lose any of those. Like, A&M at College Station, they don't look like the same team they were under Kevin Sumlin. My point is, like, all of those games, like, they're not all going to go your way. I mean, if they do, fantastic. Like, that's how a special season is made. But yeah, I mean, but if you're asking, like, just like the reason that I would have picked them, 7-5 before the season, I mean, I laid it out for it. I thought they'd lose to Georgia, Bama, Auburn. I thought they'd split Miami, Florida, State, A&M, go 2-2 in those, and then you're 7-5. Now they've already won one of the games I thought they'd lose. So, 8-4 is 9-3 is doable. I just think, man, there's so many tough spots on that schedule. Like, if they're able to navigate it and go 10-2, amazing, good for them. But the flip side of it is, like, they're probably going to be favored at Florida now. We'll see about Mississippi State. That might be like, pick'em type game. They're going to be an underdog to Georgia and Bama. And I think A&M, we'll see, when November rolls around, what that's going to be like. But those opportunities are there, dude. All right, let's see. Does LSU hide the playbook against Tech and play conservative? Akeem, I think you saw the playbook last weekend, man. I mean, you saw jet sweeps. You saw bubble screens. You saw running back screens, wide receiver screens. You saw wildcat. You saw fake punt. I mean, dog, you saw the playbook. I mean, it's not to say they can't add wrinkles each week based on an opponent and how they think they can attack them. But you saw the gamut. They threw it 35 times. I mean, what else you holding? I mean, the annexation of Puerto Rico. It's a little Giants reference. But anyway, hat. You do have a hat. Good job, dude. I mean, my point is, I don't know what you're hiding, dog. I mean, you done showed your offense. You showed a ton. Hat. Daddy wear the hat? Oh! Please, don't have cracked. Oh, my gosh. Hey, buddy, we can't do that anymore, okay? That's bad news bears. So that's kaboom. Okay, I know. It's okay. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. I mean, it is your fault, but... I mean, of course it's your fault. He's all upset now. Poor little fella. But it is his fault. I mean, he just kaboomed my phone. Oh, my God. My guess is Craig Schilling will turn that into a gift sooner than later. Oh! I'll go back and listen to that. Wow. That was a giant kaboom. Hey, let's not do that again, okay? Let's not do that again. It's okay. It's okay. I know. Hey, let's not do that again, okay? Stop my toe. Okay. It's not hat. I know that's a hat. You're right. That is a hat. Very smart. Hat. Okay. Hat. You want Daddy to wear the hat? Okay. Daddy wear the hat. Yep. Daddy's wearing the hat. Okay. Miles should get the go against Louisiana Tech. Robbie's asking. Man, I think you still have... All right, so can we at least agree that as poised and much of a leader and nails as Burrow was down the stretch against Auburn making plays, can we agree that some of the efficiency in the passing game has to get better? And that's not a criticism, that's just an observation. They've got to be able to not, they got to be able to complete better than 46% of their passes. Right? So Burrow's still played 3 games. He started 3 games. He's still only been here since July. I want that guy getting as many reps, especially live reps, as possible. It was one of the reasons I didn't like not running your offense against Southeastern. I would have loved to have seen them run some of those timing routes and everything like that against a live defense. So to your point, if they're up 42-3 in the second half, yeah, man. Halfway through the third quarter, start of the fourth quarter, you want to run Miles out there? Cool. But I don't think you don't start Burrow. You don't play him. I mean, I think you've got to get Burrow better. You got to get timing and all that stuff better. Do you think your boy Russ is going to give us some props on AFR? I don't know how he doesn't, man. Anybody at this point who can't credit LSU for what they've done, it's just stubbornly foolish. LSU has the 2 best wins in college football this year. There's no denying that. And you all know, I was not a believer in this team. I'm still not sure they're going to win 10 games, but you've got to give them credit. It's going to Auburn and winning is amazing. I mean, Bama and Georgia got skunked there last year. LSU's won twice there in 20 years. Like, down 11 with 8 minutes to go and you win that game? Robert. What? What's so funny about that? Robert. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's see. Matt, thanks for putting zebra in my head. I'll like, tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. Yeah, dog. Zebra. Hot, sweet, and sticky. They don't make them like zebra no more, y'all. Fun fact, Zebra started as a Led Zeppelin cover band. And Randy, the lead singer of Zebra, when Led Zeppelin was trying to get together a reunion tour, and hang on, sorry, hang on one second now. Okay, sorry. When Zebra was trying, or I'm sorry, when Led Zeppelin was trying to get together a reunion tour, and Robert Plant did not want to take part, they had solicited Randy from Zebra to sit in as Robert Plant's fill-in with Led Zeppelin. I don't think that the tour ever happened though, but he's amazing. And my dad was like originally a member of Zebra or something like that. He can clarify. I think he's probably watching this. But I mentioned his cousin, Felix Hanneman, is the bassist for Zebra. Or maybe they asked him to be in the band, and my dad decided he was going to be in somebody else's band instead. Not a great decision. Maybe it was a great decision, though, because I had to join that band. Maybe he never marries my mom, and then I'm not here. And then what are y'all doing today? Staring at blank screens with nothing on it. Right? And so we are all connected in the great circle of life. Blake Bennett, good morning. Kyle Larison, what's up? Gosh dog it. There we go. Dan Mullen always scares me. Tyler says, do you think LSU finally has its permanent offensive line in place? Unless if Robert Elevator, unless if Ed Ingram comes back, and I don't know if he will this year, whenever that legal situation gets resolved. But if Ed Ingram comes back, he is a starter. He's definitely one of your 5 best offensive linemen. And if that happens, I don't know what you do. Maybe you kick Damian Lewis back to left. And that then Garrett Brumfield kind of becomes the odd man out, unless you play him at center in place of Cushenberry. But anyway. Let's see, Stephen Bro, when's the next beer tour? I think February, Stephen. I think we're looking at North Shore in February. Like after the Super Bowl, so like maybe second or third week in February, I think we're going to do North Shore breweries. I think we're going to do 3 breweries instead of 4. But it would give everybody maybe like a little more time at each brewery and not. But because I think by the time we got to the 4th, everyone was kind of like, you know what I mean? Beers on the bus to New Orleans. First brewery, second brewery with food, third brewery with food. Also, then you get to a 4th, it's like, oh god, And most everybody handled it fine, but I think it was the day wasn't super long. Like you didn't have to get up at the crack of dawn, and you weren't home, after dark. I mean, it was still daylight when you're home, but it was a long day of drinking. So, I think 3 would do well. So, Matt, how long have you been waiting to see LSU weaponize its freak show receiver arsenal? Forever, man. Like, how many times have y'all set me off talking about the receivers? That's why. Gage Stelly, good morning. Matthew, how do you like the season playing out, saying LSU keeps improving and stays healthy? LSU having to play Georgia, Bama twice each to win the Natty, brutal. They wouldn't have to play twice each. I think I still can't pick them to beat Georgia or Bama. Those 2 teams just look like they're on a different level. Can they? Absolutely. And then there's probably another pitfall out there somewhere. I'd still say I think like 9-3 is probably their ceiling. Wouldn't surprise me to see them go 8-4. I know that's not what anybody wants to hear. But if they go 10-2 and they win at Florida, and they will have beaten Miami, they will have won at Auburn, they will have won at Florida, they'd have beaten Mississippi State, they'd have won at A&M. Like, that would be an amazing season. I mean, that would be remarkable if they're able to do that. Catherine says they better not lose to Ole Miss. It's the only game I want. See, for me, it's like it's Auburn. Auburn's the one I want to win. So they should beat Ole Miss, man. I was talking to Rohan last night. He's like, "Oh, they're gonna beat Ole Miss." He's like, I said, "Man," I said, "No, he didn't say that." He said, "Look out now." He said, "Ole Miss can score." He's like, "They got some dudes over there. They got some receivers that give everybody trouble." I said, "Maybe they can't stop anybody." He's like, "Yeah, they could bounce back, whatever." I said, "Man, y'all lost to Ole Miss." He said, "Man, they shouldn't lose to Ole Miss." I said, "Man, y'all lost to Ole Miss in 2001, 5-3 in the SEC. Still went to the championship game." I was ribbing. It was fun. I'm just getting to the comments where I dropped the phone. Do you think they'll run dash right 93 Berlin against Bama to win the game? For those that don't know, that's the Bluegrass Miracle play. Brian Ashcraft, good morning. Get more y'all's comments. Leave Burr to continue working on time and confidence with receivers. Melanie Waskin, good morning. Any else question? Ronnie said, "I'm late. OTB at Coach Owen. Good morning." Oh, cool. I'll go back and listen to the podcast. Because we all know Coach O will never come on AFR. Unless if I'm not there. Micah Richards, the real Randy Jackson. That's right, dog. David said, "Good morning. Do you still have LSU going 7-5? Just talked about that, David. Do you agree with Coach O with Burrow 3-0? It's the only stat that matters. Yeah, I mean, wins are the only thing that matters. But I also think that it's short-sighted. Robert okay? Thank you for coming to get me. Thank you for coming to get me and tell me that it was done. Let's go watch Robert go. We don't know who this is, this lady here. We don't want her, do we? Who do we want? He's coming. Where is he? There he is. There's Robert. He's fired up, isn't he? How fired up that guy got to win that round. Okay, there's Robert. Crazy hair. 256. Drew started saying 256. He not wrong. I mean, sequentially it does go 256, but you know, he's just left a few letters out. All right, y'all. Let's see. We're at 8:10. If I can wrap up here in a minute. Let's see. Matt, your singing makes every song you sing cry. That's wrong, trivia. Your singing makes the world sad. That's just wrong, dude. Blake Mitchell can confirm we beard out by the end. Yeah, so said Blake, I think we're going to end up going 3. Hey. Robert. Well, go watch him. What are you doing? Go watch Robert. Okay. Here you go. Go watch Robert. Daddy will do a show. Let's see. Matt said take a beer tour to Houston. That could be in the works. I wouldn't be opposed. That would have to be summertime type thing. Maybe working an Astros game with it. Then you'd be talking about hotel rooms and all different kind of stuff too. Price point goes up, so that would be doable, but probably not till like next summer. Oh God, Jerry Sullivan was so excited he accidentally spit out his dentures. Y'all wrong for that. All right, Rick, Andrew, Bruce. Good morning, y'all. Thomas Chapman. Beyond Georgia, Bama, who do you think the other loss? So before the season, my 5 were Auburn, Florida. I said they'd lose to Auburn, Georgia, Bama, and then split Miami, Florida, State, and A&M. And I said they'd beat Miami and call Mimi. She's coming. See. I said they beat Miami and Mississippi State. They lose at Florida and A&M. They'd win the home game, lose the road game. But I think they can beat Florida. So I'd probably... Boy, if they lost all 3. It's so hard for me to imagine them losing Georgia State and Bama, like all 3 home games. Like they've got to play their best and win one of those. I mean, I think even if they lost to Georgia, beat State, lost to Bama, I could see that. And then your season basically comes down to, like, can you win at Florida? Can you win at A&M? And if so, then that 10-2 scenario is possible. It feels more like 8-4, 9-3. 9-3, high end 8-4. If they slip up and lose an Ole Miss or a Florida. Let's see. Justin said, yeah, they can score a whole 7 points against Bama. Hey, Justin, I don't know if you've watched Bama, bro. They're in a completely different stratosphere. And if you're disrespecting Ole Miss's quarterback, Tamu, and their receivers, bro, you ain't watching. They've got the best receivers in the country, and they can move the ball. They just can't run the ball. But they can sling it, dude. All right, we're about to wrap this up. Matt, what did you do to make Coach O never come on your show? Cool. Have you ever listened to my show? But never, ever let it be said. Like, never let any coach ever tell you they don't pay attention to what's written or said. Like, Ed knows that I was very against him being hired. And... he has not forgotten that. Car.
Yep.
When do we get McGee back? Steven, Ed was asked about that yesterday. Says he's not ready this week. Jerry said, Matt, let's concentrate on Louisiana Tech 1 game at a time, bro. Jerry, players and coaches can concentrate on 1 game at a time. I'm not a player or a coach. I'm in the media, so I have the luxury of talking about any game I want. I understand your point, but let the players and coaches focus on Louisiana Tech. We can have the conversation, and people are asking big picture, long term, so I'm going to answer their question. I'm going to give them an opinion. Like, I'll never shy away from giving an opinion. If someone asks me a question, I'll answer it the best I can. Chasing Hines stepping up was priceless. Hey, Travis McGraw, I sent you an email. I'm not sure if you saw it. Let me know if you can chat this morning. All right, I think about to wrap that. I think y'all are just about done. Craig, I'm pretty sure Bama could beat a few NFL teams right now. I don't know about that. Oh, Cole, I got you. Said he meant it sarcastically about why it won't come on the show. Good. Does everyone remember there was a GoFundMe to fire Matt because he talked bad about Coach O? I do remember that. And it was the guy's name was Corey Ogeron. It was an Ogeron who started it. Focus on all the wrong shit, y'all. Focus on all the wrong shit. Anyway. All right, got to get out of here. I'm going to work. Y'all have an awesome day. Buy some Boudreaux, Bloody Mary mix, margarita mix. Support a great local company. Alexander's, Calandro's, Calvin's, Mid-City Craft Wine and Brew, Canada's down in Homa. And if you live outside of Baton Rouge, you can get it at boudreauxmix.com. Their page is linked here. So just go like their page if you would and buy some of their stuff. That'd be cool if you're into it. If you like Bloody Mary's margaritas, give them a try. Let's see. Before we bounce, also morningscone.com. You'll notice that the email did come today. Sorry about that. about yesterday. I screwed that up. So if you want a daily email from me with links you might find interesting every morning, comes to your inbox, morningscone.com. Just go sign up. No spam, no pop-ups, no pre-rolls, nothing like that. You're not going to end up on any mailing list where you're getting emails from a Saudi prince who's trying to give you $1 million, and all you got to do is send him $1,000 to get home. Anyway, just morningscone.com and type in your email address. You'll be on the mailing list starting tomorrow. Morningscone.com. All right, y'all. Have an awesome day. See you on AFR Today 3. Later.